In the perilous world of the wild, there exists a creature that commands fear and respect from all the king cobra. With deadly venom and a regal stance, it is not merely a predator, but a symbol of power and dominance. This is the story of the survival journey of the true king within the reptile kingdom. Across the vast African savanna, the lion lord of all beasts walks with regal grace, its roar echoing as a declaration of supreme power. Yet even the ruler is not safe from the lurking dangers of the wild. In the low grass, a cobra slithers silently, its cold eyes fixed and venom ready for a deadly strike. When these two mighty just a clash of strength and poison, but a confrontation between dominance and survival instinct. Amid the tense breath of the desert, a single moment of misstep is enough to decide who will be the last to survive. By the peaceful riverside, a spitting cobra slithers out from a rotting log, aiming toward a group of lion cubs playing nearby. Instinct takes over the young lion's retreat, darting away from the cobra's deadly venom. On the scorching savanna, a pride of lions approaches with curiosity while the cobra raises its head high, hood flared in warning. With just one wrong move, venom could shoot straight into their eyes. Strength meets poison in a brief but tense encounter, a vivid display of nature's harsh law of survival. The mongoose is a small creature, yet famed for its courage and agility. With its brownish-gray fur, sharp, bright eyes, and lightning-fast reflexes, it's known as nature's fearless challenger of death. Though much smaller in size, the mongoose is a formidable opponent to the cobra. When the two meet, tension fills the air. The cobra flares its hood, hissing in menace, while the mongoose crouches low, circling, waiting for its moment. In a blink, it darts forward, dodging the deadly strike and countering with a bite as swift as lightning. This encounter stands as a symbol of bravery, where wit and speed triumph over even the most lethal venom. At the foot of the Golden Dunes, a fierce battle erupts between a mongoose and a cobra. Sand whirls through the air with every lightning-fast strike and lunge. The cobra flares its hood, hissing in threat, while the mongoose dodges with agility, countering like a flash of lightning. The two predators circle each other, neither willing to back down. Venom and claws, strength and speed collide in a breathtaking duel. When the dust finally settles, both are exhausted. The fight ends in a stalemate amid the unforgiving desert. In the damp forest, after the rain, a toad slowly hops across layers of decaying leaves, its round eyes reflecting the faint, lingering light. With rough skin and poison glands behind its head, it's a master of camouflage, having escaped danger many times before. But today, in the thick mist blanketing the forest floor, a king cobra is silently slithering closer. The cold-blooded hunter, armed with deadly venom, approaches its tiny prey. No place to hide, no path to flee. The showdown between the weak and the ruler of the deep forest is about to begin. Who will survive this fateful encounter? Beneath the still surface of the pond, a large toad finds itself surrounded by two king cobras. The pair moves in perfect rhythm, circling their prey before striking together with lightning speed and deadly precision. The terrified toad thrashes wildly, desperate to escape, but the circle tightens with every passing second. Against the strength and speed of the twin hunters, it quickly weakens, then sinks helplessly beneath the water's surface. From beneath the river, the cobra slowly slithers onto the bank, silently weaving through the thick grass. Spotting a hidden toad, it instantly spits venom and lunges forward to attack. Caught off guard, the toad has no time to react. Its body quickly stiffens and falls motionless among the blades of grass. Moments later, the snake glides closer, opens its jaws, and swallows the prey whole, a swift, clean, and cold-blooded hunt, true to the instincts of a born ruler. On a pond covered with floating duckweed, a silent yet ruthless hunt is unfolding. The cobra glides forward slowly, its body hidden beneath patches of green on the water's surface. Suddenly it strikes, biting down and coiling tightly around a large toad, thrashing in panic. The prey struggles to break free in vain, but the snake's power is overwhelming. Moments later, the water lies still again, as if nothing had ever happened. By the grassy riverbank, the cobra glides silently, its eyes scanning every tiny movement among the leaves. Spotting a toad hiding near the water's edge, it suddenly lunges forward in a lightning-fast strike. The panicked toad tries to cling to a branch in a desperate bid to escape, but the snake's strength makes every effort useless. In just a few brief seconds, the cobra swallows its prey whole, ending a hunt that is swift, precise, and absolute. Beneath the shallow water near the shore, the cobra suddenly strikes, sinking its fangs deep into the toad's leg. The terrified toad struggles to crawl back to land, desperate to escape, but the more it thrashes, the tighter the snake grips. After a few tense minutes of struggle, the toad begins to weaken. It lies still, surrendering as the cobra slowly swallows it whole, ending a swift and merciless hunt. In the wild, the jungle cat is a small yet formidable predator. With a sleek body, razor-sharp claws, and glowing golden eyes, it moves like lightning, taking down its prey with flawless precision. Today, its opponent is the cobra, the venomous monarch, a silent symbol of death. When these two apex hunters cross paths, will speed triumph over venom? Stay with us now and witness the heart-stopping battle for survival between the jungle cat and the cobra. On the grassy field, the cat crouches low, claws raised as it sizes up its opponent. Suddenly, the cobra lifts its head high, flares its hood, and spits venom like lightning. Startled, the cat leaps back in fright, too stunned to react in time. In the backyard, a cat and a cobra come face to face in a tense standoff. The cobra slithers swiftly, its body coiling with caution, eyes locked on its opponent. The cat lunges forward with lightning-fast swipes, claws slicing through the air just inches from the snake's head. But the cobra refuses to yield, flaring its hood again and again, hissing in warning and striking back with deadly precision. Beside a snake's nest covered in dry leaves, a group of wildcats waits in silent ambush, eyes sharp as blades, ready for their prey to appear. Tension fills the air as the cobra slowly slithers out of its den, body moving with fluid grace yet undeniable power. Under the glimmering sunlight, its hood flares wide, head lifted high in a stance of pure defiance. A chilling hiss cuts through the stillness, making the cats instantly step back, fur bristling, eyes wide with fear. The cobra doesn't strike right away, it glides in slow circles, exuding the unshakable confidence of a top predator. The cats, usually swift and daring, can only stand frozen, this time paralyzed beneath that deadly gaze. In that moment, the cobra asserts its terrifying reign over the wild. Deep within the damp forest, the python reigns as the silent ruler of the shadows. Stretching over 6 meters long with muscles like coiled steel, it hunts by gliding soundlessly through the undergrowth before striking, constricting its prey until the last breath is gone. Today, its opponent is the cobra, armed with a deadly weapon, neurotoxic venom. Who will prevail, the unseen power of brute muscle or the cold poison of death itself? Stay tuned and witness the fateful encounter between the python and the cobra, where every movement could decide who lives and who doesn't. In the thick underbrush, the air is tense, like a drawn bowstring, as the cobra suddenly spits venom with lightning speed, catching the python off guard. In an instant, the giant falls into weakness, its massive body coiling helplessly under the cobra's relentless assault. With cold eyes and ruthless predatory instinct, the cobra slithers forward, sinks its fangs in, and begins to swallow the enormous prey whole. It's a scene both chilling and awe-inspiring, a testament to the absolute power of the venomous king of the wild. Under the scorching roadside sun, a python and a cobra clash in a fiery battle for survival. One wields brute strength, the other deadly venom, neither willing to back down. In a tense, breathless moment, the python suddenly coils tightly around its rival's head, squeezing with crushing force until the cobra writhes in agony, then slithers away in defeat. Across the dry savanna, 2 dark figures slither silently, a mighty cobra and another predator just as dangerous. As the first rays of sunlight pierce the horizon, the cobra rises high, flaring its hood and hissing with chilling intensity, while its opponent coils up, ready to strike back. In a split second, they lunge at each other, venom and brute force colliding in a breathtaking fight for survival. Every strike, every movement carries the scent of death. Who will emerge as the ruler, and who will become the prey? Stay tuned for this intense showdown between nature's silent assassins. Beneath the thick roots of an ancient tree deep in the forest, 2 king cobras face each other in a deadly duel. Both raise their heads high, hoods flared wide, bodies tense and coiled, ready to strike. The jungle falls silent, broken only by the rustle of dry leaves and the heavy breathing of the 2 rulers. Suddenly, one strikes first, its lightning-fast bite sinking into its rival's body. The other retaliates immediately, biting back with equal fury. The 2 snake kings coil tightly together, biting and thrashing without mercy, their bodies twisting around the tree like a deadly spiral. The battle ends with no clear victor. Across the barren savanna, on the dry, stony ground, the fierce battle between the king cobra and the rattlesnake reaches its peak. The 2 predators clash violently, coiling and striking without mercy. The rattlesnake fights back with deadly, venomous bites, but the king cobra is faster, stronger, and more precise. It sinks its fangs into the rival's neck, tightening its grip with all its power. After minutes of struggle, the rattlesnake grows still, its body limp upon the scorching stones. In the terrifying silence of the desert, the king cobra claims an absolute victory, asserting the true dominion of the serpent king. Amid the riverside grass, the king cobra and the giant python clash in a fierce battle. They coil tightly, biting and tearing without mercy. Hissing and constricting sounds echo through the still air. Every strike, every squeeze, carries the weight of life and death. In this showdown between two apex predators, one wielding deadly venom, the other raw power, the ground itself seems to tremble. Seizing the moment, the king of snakes begins to swallow its massive prey inch by inch, as the quiet air fills only with the whisper of rustling leaves. At the edge of a deserted road, a giant python and a cobra face off in a battle for survival. The cobra strikes first, but the python quickly coils around its opponent with overwhelming strength. Crushed and under relentless pressure, the cobra writhes in pain, struggling desperately before retreating in defeat, leaving victory to the giant of the deep forest. In the dark cave, the king cobra lies in silent ambush. In a split second, the predator strikes, its bite perfectly precise. The water snake has no time to react, caught, constricted, and swallowed whole. A ruthless hunt unfolds proof of the king cobra's instinct to dominate the wild. At the edge of a desolate forest, on the cracked and barren ground, a male and female cobra face each other in silence. They coil tightly, lift their heads high, and their bodies ripple with raw power. The battle unfolds without a sound, only lightning-fast strikes and blazing eyes. Amid the stillness, the kings of snakes clash in a fierce yet majestic duel, a ritual of power between two sovereign predators. Amid the arid deserts of Africa, where the sun scorches the earth and danger lurks at every turn, lives a small but fearless creature, the meerkat. With sharp eyes and unbreakable teamwork, they thrive in groups, foraging and defending their territory together. But life in the wild is never peaceful. Hidden among the dry grass, the cobra, the silent assassin of the desert, moves with deadly purpose, carrying its lethal weapon, venom. When these two species meet, size no longer matters. It becomes a battle between intelligence and survival instinct. On one side, the snake strikes with lightning speed. On the other, the meerkats move with agility, courage, and perfect coordination to protect their clan. Their confrontation is more than a fight for life. It's a testament to nature's fierce yet beautiful balance. At the entrance of a sandy burrow, a meerkat is digging when a cobra suddenly slithers up from behind, hood flaring in threat. The group immediately gathers, standing tall and alert as they encircle their opponent. After a few tense seconds, faced with the meerkat's fearless stance, the cobra refuses to back down and boldly moves forward to strike back, neither side gaining the upper hand. In the quiet savanna, a cobra suddenly appears within the territory of a meerkat clan guarding their burrow. In moments, the group surrounds the intruder, each taking turns to dart forward with sharp warning calls and lightning-fast strikes. At last, through the haze of dust across the plains, the cobra slithers away, leaving peace, restored to the meerkat family. On the sun-scorched plains of Africa, a cobra slithers through the dry grass, its cold eyes fixed on a group of meerkats foraging nearby. Sensing danger, the meerkats instantly stand upright, sending out warning signals to the group. The cobra flares its hood, ready to strike, but the meerkats don't flee, they coordinate, moving swiftly and constantly harassing to defend their territory. Amid the blazing heat and swirling dust, the clash between intelligence and venom unfolds fiercely, reflecting the courage and fierce will to survive in the wilds of Africa. In the arid desert, a small but fearless group of meerkats spots a cobra slithering near their burrow. A sharp alarm call echoes, and the group quickly forms a protective circle around the young. The cobra flares its hood, ready to strike, but the brave meerkats charge forward, using their speed and numbers to drive the intruder away. This uneven battle reveals one of nature's strongest instincts: the power of motherhood and the unyielding will to protect life in a harsh land. In the damp forest after the rain, a toad slowly hops across fallen leaves, its round eyes gleaming with reflections of distant lightning. With rough skin and venom glands behind its head, it's a master of camouflage, often escaping the claws of predators. But today, through the thick fog, the cobra slithers in the cold-blooded ruler of the deep jungle. No more hiding, no way back. The encounter between the tiny prey and the venomous reaper is about to begin. Will survive. Stay tuned to witness the battle between these two creatures. From beneath the river, the cobra quietly slithers onto the shore, weaving through the thick grass. It spots a toad hiding nearby and immediately spits venom in attack. Caught off guard, the toad has no time to react before it's paralyzed, lying motionless among the grass. In an instant, it becomes the perfect meal for the cobra, a cold, precise predator. Beneath a pond covered in duckweed, a fierce hunt is unfolding. The cobra silently slithers forward, then suddenly lunges to attack. It uses all its strength, coiling tightly and sinking its fangs into the giant toad, struggling in despair. The water ripples softly, then quickly returns to stillness, leaving no trace behind. Beneath the surface of the pond, a large toad finds itself surrounded by two cobras. Both snakes strike at once, slithering around their prey and delivering precise, deadly bites. The toad struggles with all its might, trying to break free, but against the strength and speed of the two predators, it soon grows weak and cannot escape its grim fate. Beneath the shallow water by the shore, the cobra suddenly clamps its jaws around the toad's leg. Panicked, the toad struggles to drag itself onto land, but the harder it fights, the tighter the cobra's grip becomes. After a desperate struggle, the exhausted toad weakens, and the cobra slowly swallows it whole on the riverbank, ending its ruthless hunt. By the riverside bushes, the cobra silently slithers in search of prey. It spots a toad hiding near the water's edge and suddenly strikes, catching it in an instant. The prey struggles, clinging to a branch in a desperate attempt to escape, but the snake's strength is overwhelming. Within moments, the cobra swallows the frog whole, a swift and precise hunt. Amid the dry African grasslands, the honey badger may be small, but it's a creature that even the largest predators fear. With skin so thick it's nearly impossible to pierce, razor-sharp teeth, and an unbreakable fighting spirit, it's known as the most fearless warrior of the natural world. The honey badger knows no fear, ready to face lions, pythons, or even deadly snakes, and more often than not it walks away victorious. On one side stands sheer strength and fearless courage. On the other, lightning speed and lethal venom. Neither will back down, and there's no room for mistakes. What happens when the honey badger faces the cobra? Join us to witness this breathtaking battle for survival between two icons of the wild. At the base of a tree by the forest edge, the honey badger spots a cobra slithering up the branches to escape. Without hesitation, it charges forward, striking at the snake's tail. Terrified, the cobra slithers quickly toward the top of the tree, but the honey badger refuses to give up and continues the fierce chase. In the barren desert, the honey badger launches into a brutal hunt. It climbs up a tree to ambush the cobra, causing the snake to lose its balance and fall to the ground. In an instant, the honey badger leaps forward, pounces hard, and bites down, finishing its prey in the blink of an eye. In the desolate desert, the honey badger relentlessly tracks the scent of the cobra. It overturns every stone and digs through every tuft of grass in search of its hidden prey. Suddenly, when the cobra appears, it rises up, spits venom, and strikes without hesitation. But the honey badger is not an easy opponent to defeat. With incredible speed and stubborn determination, it dodges the cobra's counterattack, seizes the moment, and lunges at the snake's body. Precise and ferocious bites quickly paralyze the cobra, leaving it helpless and unable to fight back. High above the vast savanna, the hawk spreads its majestic wings, an emblem of speed and power. With razor-sharp eyes, it watches every slightest movement on the cracked, dry ground below. Hidden among the grass, the cobra slithers silently, ready to strike with deadly precision. When the gaze of the hunter in the sky meets the killer on the ground, a clash between two masters of the hunt begins. One wields lightning-fast talons and wings, the other a deadly strike loaded with venom. This confrontation is not just a battle for life and death. It's a testament to nature's brutal yet awe-inspiring balance. Beneath a bare, lifeless tree, the cobra lifts its head high, hood spread wide in defense as a hawk dives from above. With piercing eyes and steel-like talons, the predator swoops straight at its target. The cobra spits venom in retaliation, but the hawk dodges swiftly, evading the deadly strike. The battle unfolds in a flash. One wields lethal poison, the other speed and power. When the dust settles, the hawk quickly breaks free, escaping the cobra's reach.